Hello dear students, today our topic Wheatstone Bridge. Just kidding, So here Wheatstone Bridge, this will be the circuit diagram for Wheatstone Bridge. Here if you observe the circuit diagram, they connected the resistors P, Q, R, S are the resistors and G will be the galvanometer. To measure the small currents, we will connect the galvanometer. So here Ig will be the current through the galvanometer resistance capital G. And here if you observe, for this circuit we connected the voltage. If we connected the voltage, then only the current will flow through the circuit. Nothing but I told you in the previous videos, voltage is nothing but water tank. To flow the water in the pipe, there should be a water tank. Same thing, to flow the current in the circuit, there should be a voltage applied for the circuit. So here I connected the key. If the key is opened means there is no current flow in the circuit. To flow the current, the key or switch should be closed. Then I current will flow in the circuit if you connect the voltage. So I here divided as I1, I2. And again here according to the KCL rule, current is dividing here. So that will be as IZ and I3. And I2 also divided as I4. And here the coming current will be the IZ. Here, A, B, C, D are the junctions. See, bridge at unbalanced condition, nothing but we need to consider the current through the galvanometer also. That condition is nothing but unbalanced condition. So in the previous video I explained about KCL and KVL. So how to apply the KCL and KVL for the Wheatstone Bridge I will explain. This concept is very important for JEE mains and NEET aspirants and also who want to write MCET exams. So for them also this Wheatstone Bridge concept is very important. So listen the class carefully. Here see, here I will be the current if you apply the voltage as divided as I1 and I2, and again I1 divided as I3 and IZ. Again IZ and I2 will go through the D and it will be divided to the I4. So here how to apply the KCL and KVL rules I will explain. Apply KCL as junction rule. See what are the junctions we have? A, B, C, D. At A if you observe, I will be the current which move towards the junction and I1, I2 are the leaving from the junctions. So according to KCL, sum of the currents entering equal to sum of the currents leaving. So entering current will be I equal to sum of the currents leaving from the junction, I1 plus I2. At B, if you observe at B, entering current will be I1, leaving currents are I3 and IZ. So by applying KCL, sum of the currents entering equal to sum of the currents leaving from the junction. So I1 equal to I3 plus IZ. At C, here if you observe at C, so here entering currents will be I3 and I4, leaving current will be I. So at C what will come? I3 plus I4, sum of the currents entering equal to sum of the currents leaving. Leaving from the junction, C is nothing but I. So I3 plus I4 equal to I. At D junction if you observe, what are the currents entering here? I2 current and IZ current entering towards the junction and I4 leaving from the junction. So you will get I2 plus IZ equal to I. Apply KVL or loop rule for the bridge at unbalanced condition. For that I consider the two loops 1 and 2. So I took the loop direction as clockwise direction. So here if you observe A, B, D, A. So that will be the closed loop. So we need to apply KVL. For any closed loop only we need to apply the KVL. So if you observe in the loop direction we need to take the plus minus for the resistors. Plus minus. Here arrow direction is towards plus, that's why we need to take minus I1P according to the sign convention for the KVL. Next, arrow is towards plus and which will be the galvanometer resistance capital G. So you will get minus IZ into Z. See if you observe here, loop direction is opposite to the current flow direction. That's why you will get, if they are in opposite, we need to take plus I2 into resistance will be Q. By Ohm's law, V equal IR. That's why current into resistance are applied. For BCDB, BCDB will be the another loop, nothing but loop 2. So here also we need to apply KVL. For any closed loop, we can apply the KVL. So here in the loop direction, we need to cancel plus minus. If you observe here, arrow is towards the plus, that's why we need to take minus I3 into R. Here arrow direction is opposite to the loop direction, nothing but current flow is opposite to the loop direction, that's why you will get plus I4 into S. And here also the current flow is opposite to the plus direction. That's why you will take my plus Iz into Z. So equal to 0. Why? Because sigma V equal to 0. For any closed loop, sum of the potential difference equal to 0. Sigma represents summation for the KVL. So if Bridget balanced condition, so to get the balanced condition, Gauss-Lamitte resistor shows 0 deflection. Nothing but Iz will be 0. Current through Gauss-Lamitte resistance will be 0. And here potentials at B equal to potential at D. If B and D having same potential means potential difference will be 0. So you will get VB minus VD equal to 0. So there is no current flow through the Gauss-Lamitte resistor. That is at bridge balanced condition. So here, so from the above expressions we need to substitute Iz equal to 0. Nothing but at B what will come? If Iz equal to 0 means I1 equal to I3. And also at D, Iz 0 means I2 equal to I4. And coming to the KVL, here Iz 0 means minus I1P plus I2Q equal to 0. From this minus 1 coming to right side plus. So you will get I1P is equal to I2Q. Next, for second loop, Iz 0 means you will get minus I3R plus I4S equal to 0, minus value coming to right side plus, you will get I4S is equal to I3R. Here we already got the expressions as I1 equal to I3, I2 equal to I4. So in the place of I4 you can write I2S, nothing but if you take this one I1 into R, in the place of I3 you will write I1, and in the place of I4 you will write I2 into S. Suppose if you take this will be equation 1, this will be equation 2. If you divide 1 by 2, what will come? I1P by I1R equal to I2Q by I2S. I2 cancel, I1 cancel. You will get P by R equal to Q by S, right? Otherwise you will write as P by Q. This numerator coming to left side denominator, this denominator coming to right side, it will be in numerator. So this is also the required condition for the bridge at balanced condition. P by Q is equal to R by S. If Gauss-Lamitte shows null deflection or zero current will flow through the Gauss-Lamitte, then same current will flow through the P and R, and same current will flow through the Q and S. If same current is flowing different resistors, that will be in series combination. That's why you can apply series combination of P and R, and here also series combination of Q and S. You will get the resultant resistance, they are in parallel. So you will get the equivalent resistance for the parallel combination. So if they are asking current, if they are asking voltage, so you will apply bridge balancing condition, so and you will get the unknown resistance values. If bridge at unbalanced condition, the expressions in terms of Iz. If bridge at balanced condition, then Iz you should take as 0, nothing but at B and D you will get the same potential, and we need to simplify the circuit. So they will give the numericals on this concept. So this is about Wheatstone bridge.